remember me. Though I have to say goodbye, remember me. Don't let it make you cry, for even if I'm far away, I'll hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me. Though I have to travel far, remember me. Each time you hear a sad guitar, know that I'm with you the only way that I can be.
Okay. Oh, no, that's the wrong camera. No, that's the right camera. You just put yourself in front of it. That's all. I haven't done any of the hashtags or anything. I just, yeah. So I'm going away for a moment. I'm going to edit tags. Well, Martin put some things together. He's actually headed out. And unfortunately, hey, don't do that, Martin. Thankfully, that wasn't the one on camera. Although there's a beautiful close up of your cut. What? Props, art, um, 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 cosplay. Um, I didn't do I didn't do the routine, Martin. Martin, I didn't do the hellos or anything, but I gotta go pee, and they really can't hear you without this. So, can you pretend to be me but better? Just yeah, it's possible. If you're abandoning me with this broadcast, okay, I gotta go pee.
We now return you to your previously scheduled program. Greetings, fellow Hapsters, and welcome, replay viewers. Christina will be back very shortly, and I've got a split. I've got some errands and stuff to run tonight, and a few personal things to take care of for my own, my own personal well-being. So, as soon as she's back, I will be splitting like a banana split, and she'll carry on and work on these projects and talk to you guys and go over everything that's going on in the next little while with the Remember Me and Fan Expo and all the stuff, all the great stuff that we're going to be getting ourselves into. So, how is everyone out there? How are we doing, folks? Give people a little bit of time to sort of mosey on in. Joel, we're fine. Jedi Senshi says we're okay. Awesome. Fantastic. I guess we have a little bit of lag in the system.
$5 per person is awards because the end of the sponsorship reached the end of the month. Right?
That's right. So yeah, we're dealing with awards for the Remember Me, and anything every $5 increment gets you the option to provide us with a name of someone who's passed in your life, be it
The other day, but
it didn't link everyone. Oh, it didn't hashtag or tag everyone. Yeah.
So go and see if you're on that list and have you given me names yet? Oh, that's
Mm-hmm.
what
Mm-hmm.
we should remember me cards and the markers and
She'll be right back after these messages. Ever have that tired feeling? We sure do. Can't imagine why, right? So yeah, any increment of every increment of $5 of awards gets you the opportunity to provide us with a name of somebody in your life who has passed, be it a friend, family member, somebody who was important to you, a mentor, an idol, someone you looked up to, a pet, your goldfish, whatever, for us to present during the broadcast, the Remember Me broadcast, and a little story of what that person meant to you and what they were in your life. And then we have the option of either you get us to read that for you, or we can invite you onto the broadcast that night and have you read your little story about your special, dearly departed. Trying to figure out where they went. This is where the chaos sets in. It feels so kind of serene and peaceful and quiet here. Oh, because we've got no music running. We have to. She'll get some music running once she's back in here, and I'm on my way out the door. And yeah. So we're really looking forward to this one. It is on October 24th, which is last Sunday of the month, as we've been doing for all the story times now. And we will be doing that from here and doing the whole Mexican Day of the Dead, Dia de los Muertos, and Muertos. My Spanish is terrible tonight. What can you do? And yeah, we're looking forward to having a really good broadcast. We've got quite a lot of people on the list who have contributed. Looking forward to this. Hope I can turn in that night. Tune in that night. Sorry, it's kind of small text. That's a little closer there. Got screen here, screen here, screen here. Devices everywhere. But it's amazing all the devices that we've got going on here, and it's still nothing like some of the HAPS broadcast studios that we've seen from some of the other broadcasters. It's just like outlandish, over the top stuff. But we like to keep things simple. We like the complicated stuff to be our projects, not our broadcast tech. So
I'm rather embarrassed to say that I don't remember where I put them after the last broadcast because we've done so much cleanup. Isn't that the way it always works?
It is. Where did you do the last broadcast?
Audience?
Where did she do the last broadcast from? Was it in here or was it?
I don't know.
It's all a blur.
My whole life is a blur. Oh boy. So
will that need to be the final thing I do before I go Splitsville?
Possibly. Oh well, the last broadcast was us eating and picking out and having too much food.
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
The Monarch one with all the videos and everything was the last broadcast. Oh yeah. In the sewing room.
In the sewing room. There we go. It's always good to keep a record of where you've been. Always write it on the back of your hand, right? I know this place like the back of my hand. Did you find them? Hey, there they are. Excellent.
If anyone gives me names, I am prepared.
All right. So I think we have everything here that you need. A few different pairs of scissors, some files. Glues. The small knife, actually, probably the bigger knife. That's enough to do any slices that you need to do. That knife. Oh, we do have some white ABS if you want.
I don't want you to get up too late because you got
to try to Yay! What have we got? Other Buy Me a Coffee Award. Woohoo!
Woo! I will look at that in a moment.
Better coffee than sugar.
So, do you have a minute to spray that silver?
Spray the silver one?
Well, this one because it didn't.
The not really silver one. Spray it silver.
This is what happens because he did this one first.
Here, you're gonna need this, right?
Yes, I'm gonna need this. Yeah, let me show them what you did, and then you can quickly fix it before you go. So he did this one first, right? And he put more than enough powder in, which is great because you got this great look to it. And then he did this one second, but he didn't clean it out. So he put silver powder in, and it's not really silver, although it looks okay on camera. You see, I don't like this here, right? The different kind of shady bits that are I like. I don't know. We should spray. It should be silver. Like that's the silver up there. Like that's the color it should be. The whole thing. But if we spray it, I have to wait for it to dry. But it's just such a weird color. Okay, which is gonna win? Miss Perfection?
Oh, if we spray it, we also pluck all this out too.
Well, we have to pluck it all out anyway. Because none of that's supposed to be there. That's all over pour. But you gotta head out. Come on, mister. We want to give our customers the best, right? Okay. Doesn't have to be sprayed heavily. You don't have to. I can clean it up later. You don't have to plug it
Yeah, I
first.
guess there's nothing thick enough.
No. And you're only doing a very light spray. You're not. No, just the outside. Yeah, because nothing else is inside outside the same. That'll be fine. If you don't pluck it all out, there won't be overspray. Duh. Mm. Ivy Beethoven. Oh my God. I just gave away her ages, didn't I? Copyright free something. I'll just say copyright free. Let's see what happens. Random playlist. Slide down. Ba-ba-dibba-dibba-doo. Okay, this is kind of surreal. All right. Put my glasses on so I can see you guys. Oh, without Martin here with him taking off, I'm not gonna have another monitor. So $3. Yay! So Joel, I believe you're already on the list, are you not? Let us look. All right, I'm gonna add to it. Na, 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 na. No, you're not on it yet. So now you are. So 2 more, and that will give you 1 name. So $2 more, and that'll give you 1 name. So I'm gonna add you right here. Oh, that's not what I wanted you to do. At Joel. Good to see the 2 of you. Can't stay, but wanted to say hello. Hi, Douglas. Douglas. Before you go, name. Name. Who are we honoring? You have $10. So you can give me 2 names and tell me whether or not you want to be on the broadcast to tell a story or whether or not you want to send us a story. Those of you who haven't sent the story, please do so. CARRHUNGER is at $3. For Joel, honey, who are we honoring? So Joel, you've been added to the list. No, don't stop doing that, you silly thing. Stop doing that. Let's go back to the copyright free. Apparently. There we go. Joel, honey, give me 2 names of people who passed away so that I can add them. So today, actually, you know what? I think I'm going to start with the cleaver first. This was for one of our characters back in BC, and it was quickly put together, but it was a really nice job. And the only thing I really have to fix is the wrap, and it's just been sitting around, and it's something that we can make again. So we thought we'd put it up in the store. I'm going to fix the wrap, and then we thought put it up on the store and see if people want to buy things like this or not. I have to do the math on the price, but yeah, you can see the casting part there, and it's aluminum, so it's a really good weight. Um, Martin's going to have his hands full trying to figure out the shipping on it, and I'm going to separate the cloth from the leather on this so we don't see the cloth. It was cut off an old. We buy a lot of times when we want leather, and you can go to like a secondhand store and get like a leather jacket dirt cheap because it's got tears in it or whatever. But for us, it's just fine because we're only going to pull it apart anyway. Oh, and those of you who are pretty close or local or visiting Toronto anytime soon, Fan Expo has asked us to do 2 panels, and we could use an assistant or two. Yes.
So did you want some white? ABS?
Yes, please.
Can you do this without bumping camera system?
Yeah. Don't bump my camera. We're not in BC anymore. I can't say it's an earthquake. Douglas already disappeared. I didn't get 2 names off of him. Douglas. All right, folks. Come on. We need those names. That's the point of remembering. So if you've already given us $5 or more, we need the names. Oh, the XL. I can see where she took it from now. The collar. Because the little XL tag is on the back of it. Yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna pull out all this thread. I mean, I know it's a goblin cleaver, but still, I'm gonna bring it to the next level. But I love the fact that this leather's already like worn out and beaten up and stretched and makes it beautiful for this kind of stuff. But yeah, same with if anyone's especially in reach and you've got like an old leather skirt or whatever. So remember this was a large suitcase, so I have something to put stuff in tomorrow. And yeah, drive safe.
Good to go. Drive safe. Thank you.
Do I get a kissy kiss?
You do.
That's all I get because it's not that kind of broadcast, right?
Because what?
It's not that kind of broadcast. Oh, you want to say it together?
Well, yeah.
Okay,
I know.
well,
It's the
here we
last
go.
chance tonight, right?
It's not that kind of broadcast. Oh, boy. Silliness reigns. How about some how about some coffee? Damn it, I shouldn't make coffee. I yeah, Joel did. Joel did.
Joel did. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I saw the J.
Can you pour me a glass of filtered water before you go? Use my glass from dinner so we're not making more dishes. Because I don't want to be abandoned to dishes. Come on, Martin. So yeah, we had a skeleton. I don't know if we still have them, but we took I think it was a femur and cast it, and this mold is somewhere in storage, and you can tell because she was using it to actually fight. Like that's why it's chewed up a bit. Do we? Cool. But yes, that's why it's chewed up because she was using it to fight. She's worn off the paint a little bit here, but that's okay because we used an off-white plastic for it. So the paint job is mostly just to get some highlights and lowlights. You can see the metal is just coming through a little bit there from her handling it. She handled the bone. You want another one?
Yes.
We're not that kind of broadcast. Where's the files? Oh, they're there. That was so quick to air. So we didn't file this down before, but I'm going to, so the leather stays on better. Just to kind of round off the edges. I don't have to file it completely down. But we don't want the leather to wear through, and I'm going to glue it down this time instead of just tying it. And then we will have a prop to put up online on the store. And see if you guys are interested. Oh, this is actually, that's not the one I want. How is everyone tonight? Quiet night for everyone? Can we hear the music okay? Alright. That's nice. That'll work. Much better. So yeah, we Martin's been working on the store. He's been learning how to do it, and then he'll show me once he figures it all out. But one of us decided to take the mantle. It wound up being him, which I'm grateful for, because I'm still maintaining all our social media, and that's quite a challenge already. And apparently, there's problems with Facebook ads and stuff, and people are starting to say they don't want them. So I'm going to advertise on Facebook with my credit. I should really do so soon, very, very soon. I've seen some people have liked the Car Hunger store Facebook. I can't remember why I had to set it up. It was something with the ah, web designer person that they gave us for this program, but it's not being used and it didn't make sense. So we're going to see if we can find a way to connect the store with our regular Facebook, which is much more active. And I'm trying to keep it down as to how many things I have to maintain. One day I will be rich and I will hire someone to do all our social media. The Instagram right now is doing a cosplay a day for Halloween month, which is something a lot of cosplayers do every year. So I'm happy to see that we're all still doing that. And that's been a challenge. I've been trying to match this year. I'm actually making an effort. I'm trying to match up the number of the day with the photos. So like today was the 6th, so I did the Wild West because 6-shooter. So that's fun. So remember, now it's a matter of awards, $5 for every name. Those of you who have already contributed, either awards in that quantity, in quantities of 5, or were last month's sponsors in quantities of 5. I need the names, and those of you who promised me stories, I need to see them in that inbox. I'm hoping a couple of you will come on and tell your own stories, because that would be awesome. Oh, why is this splitting? All right, fine. All right. All right. Pull some of the threads off again. Okay, this is kind of, I don't know what it's trying to be, Jazz. Yeah, I guess it is. So I'm gonna get this one going. So it can dry while I'm looking at things. Now, what we didn't keep in mind is we used the same head form. And because we used the same head form, it's got a bit of an oval shape to it. So okay. So gotta kind of sand it a little bit on an angle, and then hopefully it glues together okay. And basically it'll be a small piece of white ABS to support on the inside and hopefully keep it from falling apart. Oh, thank you. Plastic cutter? See, he put everything away here. So since he hasn't left yet, thank you. I appreciate the fact that you haven't left yet. We're so proud of you.
I was so tempted to put, bat sculpting tools, bat knives, bat screwdrivers, bat cutters.
No, because then we go batty. Okay? Are you sure? All right. So this is a plastic cutter. It's easier to cut with it than the knife itself. You always have to keep in mind, I'm not doing accurate measurements for this because it doesn't need it. But on things where you have to do measurements, because the blade is angled, your measurements are not going to be accurate. So just a micro difference. And whenever we've had to have a straight edge, we usually just take a regular blade and just slide it. And that gives you your straight edge. Hello, Grand Admiral. How are we today? How are we today? Now, remember, folks, too, if you need to get up to your $5 and you've already missed the broadcast, you can still contribute the award. I will see it later on and count it. And please, 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 the sooner you give me the names of who you want read out, remember, it's $5 a name, but the sooner you give me the names, the better. And again, if you want to email Carrhunger, CARRHUNGER, at Carrhunger, CARRHUNGER.com, a story of those persons. It shouldn't take more than 10 minutes, basically, per story. Now, this is going to be small, so it's got to be properly glued and everything, because with its small size, I won't have to superheat it or bend it or anything. If I make it too big, yeah, there will be more coverage, but I'll have to heat it up and bend it and everything, and that doesn't always work well. I mean, it can, but how are you, Grand Admiral? How is anyone tonight? Oh, I should be doing this. I forgot. Sorry, my apologies. There we go. There, that makes more sense. I knew something was wrong. And you just feel it, that broadcaster instinct, right? Thankfully, this doesn't have to be perfect because it's just a little piece inside. It doesn't have to be any particular measurements or anything. Its job is to help this stay closed. Tired, but doing okay. Tired? Busy day? Everyone's really quiet tonight. No, I don't even know what day of the week it is. Actually, I'm going to unplug the hot glue gun for now. Because if you let your glue gun sit, people are like, yeah, that's the best way to do it. But yeah, sure, it saves you a minute or two. But sometimes what happens is your glue overheats and becomes liquid and bungs up your gun. I know it sounds dirty too, right? All right. How are the boys doing being back home? They're doing great, but here's the thing: I haven't gotten everything out of the room at the women's center yet, and I accidentally forgot the cats like Pippin's asthma inhaler, and today he had an asthma attack. So first thing in the morning, um, I was going to stay till the end of the week, but I think first thing in the morning I'm going to go and permanently be back here. Like there's just overrun there. Like I mean, I've got all my program and stuff, but it's so finicky. If I accept work or do a broadcast with you guys, or if anything like that happens, and I can't rebook things. You know, everything's like 2, 3, 4 weeks down the road, and no, I'm grateful that I wound up in that program, so to speak. But you know, I'm talking to a lot of women there, and they're in much more dire situations, and they've got kids, and I'm just like, you know, they're always going to get priority. So they've told me I can still access some of the services, even though I'm not there for up to 6 months. So that's what I'm going to do. You know, I'm going to just try to keep in touch, and because I'm happier working from here anyway, I got more control. So Martin's, as Jedi Sensei knows, but not maybe the rest of you, Martin has decided to enter into a mental health program that is out Katie's way, um, because he's finding that as much as he still loves the city and everything, he's having a hard time. It's become noisy for him. So, yeah, we're going to take it day by day. We're looking at about 6 months from now, kind of reassessing everything. So he only really has to figure out how to live on his own out there for about 6 months. And I've told him that if we can, you know, 6 months to 8 months from now, if we can find like a house that's out in Scarborough, you know, sort of halfway between there and here, so city, but still, you know, borough. It won't make me 100% happy, but we can find a whole house, then, you know, we set up a room for him in the basement type thing, maybe a little kitchenette, so he doesn't always have to be on the same schedule as me. And, you know, if we can spend the same amount of money, we would, you know, having this place and, you know, a little apartment out, you know, Katie's way, um, you know, we'll do it because we'll still be independent, and we'll still be, you know, we'll still be us, but we'll be able to make the costs more effective. So yeah, it's crazy right now, but and tonight he wanted to do take care of some personal stuff, and I said then take the car, you know, because transiting all the way out to Brantford is just not okay. So we're realizing a lot of things that we did not think. Um, the hardest thing about doing things on air is your brain is distracted a little. So this did not line up beautifully or perfectly. It was a tiny bit different. And because he cut the back plate by hand, it's a micro off. So we have to kind of fudge it a little bit. Now it's a micro off, and you guys may not notice it. And I guess then I should have shut up. But anyway, you guys may not notice it, but Martin and I are very much. We're starting with looking for mundane jobs, you know, regular jobs, and having our little company, and doing the panels and stuff like that. With all that, uh, we're starting to love what we're doing again. We're starting to take the time to work on it and be good with it, and treat it like we're building it for ourselves. It's kind of nice. And we've talked to a couple other prop makers who, either walked away from it as a hobby or a small business, and are moving away in order to find the work as a full time, or doing what we're doing. They're now finding other jobs, alternatives, in order to still love doing their art. And they're doing cosplay more and more and more. Blind man would be glad to see it. Ha ha! You think you're funny? Actually, you are. Now, can you guys see enough? Oh, that camera really isn't. Yeah, that's more on camera. That's less on camera. Oh, I think I need to adjust the camera because you guys really aren't seeing all of it, are you? Okie dokie. Leaning over. No, that puts it more. Aha! That's better. There we go. So it's hard being on my own because I only have you guys to talk to, and it's not a bad thing. But if anyone wants to come on and say hello or ask questions, please feel free to request and to do so. Now, normally if this was ABS to ABS or styrene to styrene, I would use a different glue. So I'm going to try the Gorilla Glue because this is a different way to do this. This is a new way to do this. Huh. One separating a little. Now, usually on this kind of ABS, there's a textured side. So I like to put the textured side because this is smooth. I like to put the textured side down to increase chances. Actually, that's still a bit of a lip. That's a little better. Do, 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 do. So this is not the Gorilla Gel, but because it's older, it's reacting like the Gorilla Gel. It's a little thicker now. And this is where we kind of hope and pray that this will work. Because, yeah, like I said, it wound up being, because we used the same head form as we did for the fairy crowns. There's a chance that it wound up being kind of oval and skinnier at the back. In the front. Oops. Come on, you silly thing. Of course, this is not the kind of glue you want to get on your fingers. See, and we don't know if this particular two-part resin can be heated up or not. And I'm not sure we want to try. Yay! Thank you, Anna. Stay upright. I always use little scraps of plastic and stuff to push material in there. I tend not to use toothpicks unless I need to. Because there's no point in using something up if you don't need to, right? Huh, I see the clips are not going to work as well as I'd like them to, so I may have to just sit here and talk to you guys. Some of the most time-consuming parts of doing this kind of thing is, you know, that, that glue drying time when clamps just won't hold tight enough. I keep wanting to see if I can find, because I don't know if they still exist on the market, but the little screw clamps, because they get really, really nice and tight. And you used to be able to find them really small, but I haven't been able to find those in a while. So fingers crossed, everyone. And then I got to clean up this lower edge here because it's a mess. The skinnier masking no masking tape. There. See, I like using the cheaper dollar store stuff for certain things. Okay. So everyone cross your fingers. See, this is why I like being a pair of prop builders, you know? No, don't undo, don't undo, don't undo. Oh, you undid. Now you see, I don't want to put tape over top of the glue because then the tape will tape down to it. So I'm hoping putting tape across, I can keep the tension on. And keep it lined up. So this is a bit of an experiment, and look, the middle, damn it, the back plate slipped. The little back plate slipped. See, right now we are doing product for the store with the knowledge we have, but we're experimenting with different materials because if we go to the level of a production, not only will these be excessively expensive, but if they don't sell because they're excessively expensive, that money comes out of our lives. And we want to be able to do something that you guys have a chance to afford. Well, feeling good about our art. Okay, so I'm gonna. These are very tight clamps. They were when I first bought them. Interesting. Maybe I have to make this little braid skinnier. You know what? Let's try that. Let that dry. Cut another one. Because really, it doesn't have to be that big if it's glued properly. Oh, yeah. Cutting a straight line. Martin does it perfectly. Mine's a little wibbly wobbly, but wibbly wobbly, tiny whiny. But what are you? Okay, that looked like it may have been a flea. I hope my kitty cats didn't get fleas while they were with me. So that would be very upsetting. There. No more bug. Yeah, I guess I should pick up some flea stuff for them anyway. Not a bad idea because this time of year bugs start coming indoors, right? All right. Let's give this one more try. With a smaller piece. Because it's that curvature, right? That's the problem. All right. Maybe there's still too much of a lip. Because this one's got like a curvature to it, like a really bad lip. The other side doesn't as much. So let's see if we can just sand it down a little more. Try to keep this in camera. I have to remember you guys are watching. All right. Also, if you guys for the Remember Me, if you want to also send a picture over, I don't mind printing it out. Photographs also help. Now remember, folks, the money from Remember Me goes towards, will go to the WWF, which is the World Wildlife Fund, in order to adopt a monarch. To adopt a monarch, it's worth $60 per monarch. Okay, so let's try this. Much smaller. Hello, folks. How were we tonight? And those of you who took part in the COVID costume contest, please use your gift cards before the end of the year. Get kind of relaxed and jazzy. Ah! Tape sticking everywhere. Can't handle. Can't do plaid. Who remembers the original Tick cartoon? Yeah, this is going to be hard. I'm almost wondering if I need a thinner ABS. Okay, that just stuck to my finger. Why does that always happen? The really strong glues, right? And you always manage to get it on your finger. Well, I always manage to get every kind of glue on my finger. That's kind of who I am. Hey, you know what, guys? I think I'm going to need a much thinner ABS. Ah! Yep, I'm going to use thinner ABS. Now I got glue all over my fingers. I think before we pour any more of these, that we're going to need a more round form. See, heads aren't, part of the problem is heads aren't round. Yes, that's my ringtone. Okay, I just heard my hands-free do something funny, like made that chirpy sound. Am I still audio live? Never saw it. No? Oh. Yeah, there's this one bad guy that, like the chameleon or something like that. And he keeps hiding by going, crawling up to people and standing against walls and stuff like that. And then he gets to some guy who's wearing a plaid jacket and he fails because he can't do plaid. And it's hilarious. See, this is where you need two people, right? As Martin decides he has a personal thing to do on the night of this. Okay, I got glue all over my fingers. See, I'm hoping that it's not the material we use to make the mold, that the casting is the right material. So I'm just going to sit here for a while, holding on to this, see if it'll at least temporarily hold on its own. And I think I need to find a thinner ABS or styrene. I mean, I could always start working on the stones. They don't have to be closed for that, but it would be nice for them to be round so we can see, how they sit inside the holes. Because this, like I said, this is a bit of experiment. It's quite a bit of an experiment on these. I honestly was thinking of making, but it gets really complicated, but making a circular crown mold. So it's all one piece. And it's possible too that maybe this material is just not flexible enough to do this. Do wonder if hot glue will hold temporarily. I mean, I am a bit of a hot glue fan, as our closing video demonstrates. See, in the large stones, I only have enough for 2 crowns because they're hard to find now. So I'm going to have to get online if I want to do more or figure out something different for the 3rd crown. Not sure what yet. See, this is the nice thing about making product for the store, though, because you can kind of make it up as you go along. Come on, hold. Do I have thinner? You know what I meant? Ooh, I wonder. See, the problem is if I put a strip of like light foam inside, because that'll also give a backing to the stones and stuff. If I put a strip of light foam inside, that would help too, but it'll make the crown a little smaller. But I do have craft foam, and it would hold it shut, and it bends unlike the plastic. Maybe I'm going about this the wrong way. Okay, I'm going to let this dry so I can clean it up. And switch to this. So first thing on this one is a matter of cleaning it up. Because I guess if I put a little piece of foam in the front and the back, right? Just the 2 points. Oh, look, I got the glue all over my fingers. Damn it. Oh, I shouldn't fold that over yet because I'm going to have drop out. How is everyone doing? Round, round, round. That's not round. That's round. Guess I should be wearing a mask, but I'm kind of tired of wearing masks all day. Used to be no big deal when you worked on a project to wear a mask, and now it's like, oh God, another mask. There we go. Fine. Oh, there we go. Yeah, before we buy more material, we're going to put these up and see how they go. Though it's way early, I need to go to bed. I can't stay awake much longer. Night, night, night. Yeah, it is way early. Are you okay? Like, did you sleep last night? Well, honey, I hope you're all right. So it's those lazy days, right? Well, I guess me playing this music probably isn't helping. All right. Yeah, I'm contemplating on this one because it wound up being like this really kind of cool blue silver. I'm thinking of painting the edge, like hand painting the edge with a really bright silver. Just kind of give it a bit of an extra effect. Fine. Cleaning up. It's a little warm in here. Okay. See if I can cut through a little more. How is everyone doing? Oh, it's pretty warm in here. It's kind of stuffy too. Oh, it's okay. I don't think anything's going to be deep enough to even get down to that. That one came out easy. That that one came off easy too. Nice. I love it when something does happen really easy. See, what's great is once you figure out exactly how much you need, because then you don't get as much of this overflow. So you spend less time cleaning up. That's really your biggest time consumer. Some of these are really thick. I swear Martin likes doing the cleanup more than I do. Because I mean, I sit there and I skim and skim and skim until it's so thin you don't get all this extra thick stuff. Martin just kind of pours, goes over it once and says, that's it. I'm huge in the less time to clean up means, you know, more productivity. But my brain works that way. Oh no, what do you mean connection lost? Oh, it was lost for a second. Now it's back. Interesting. Yeah, some of these are really thick. And we did X-Acto because definitely sharper. Kind of designed to cut open human bodies. Cleanup always takes the longest. This is true. This is very true. You see, and you know, you have to decide which you'd rather take more time on. And Martin, the way his brain functions, he finds it kind of calm and therapeutic in some ways. I find it annoying and a colossal waste of time because my brain's like, this is not the creative part of it. So very different. Like, I mean, he actually likes doing dishes and laundry and stuff like that because he says the process is very therapeutic for him. Whereas I find it as household chores very annoying and one of those realities of life. So when one of us does the pour and the other one's doing the cleanup, you can tell you can tell which one of us did the pour. Now what we decided to do, and again this is a bit of an experiment, is we decided to make these holes so they go all the way through. On the original crown we just glued things on top. And of course because it curves, all the stones kept popping off. So this is a bit of an experiment. Hopefully it works, but it's now this was the last of this particular material and it was starting to get old. So we thought, let's make some crowns and try this a different way and see what happens. I'm not sure it's the ideal. Oh, I forgot this hashtag smooth on. This is all smooth on products. But yeah, it's a if it works, it goes in the store at full price. And if it doesn't work well, then they'll be discounted right away type thing. So right now it's a matter of having a store, which is the first time for us. We've never had a store before. So this is having an online store is quite a new adventure. Not something we're used to. We tried the Patreon thing at one time, and it just didn't work for what we do. Round one. If we have some super thin foam. See, I'm starting to think that instead of trying to bend a piece of ABS to be the same shape as the crown, something like foam, just a piece at the front and the back, probably be more comfortable to the wearer, but it's going to make the crown a little smaller, and that's my concern. If that makes sense to any of you. Did you try Etsy to drive the traffic for you to your shop? I did try Etsy at one time, but the fees and the way it's structured, and we have a Square account because when we used to run the Renaissance Festival in BC, we set up a Square account so people could pay at the front gate with their cards, and people didn't have to always do cash, which my staff was very grateful for. And it doesn't have all the excessive fees as Etsy. So we went independent this time. Well, not this time, but yeah, the Etsy thing didn't work. It was very short lived for us. So the government did this program, you see, of, if you have your own store, and they gave you a choice between Square or Shopify, but they gave you a web designer to help you build your store. And yeah, I think she took on more clients because I think they were getting paid per online store, and she didn't do a really well job. So we're paying money every month to have the store up online with our Square account, and it's not to our satisfaction. So Martin is frantically trying to add learning the store to his list of jobs as a partner, and I think he's slowly getting the hang of it. But really, Martin and I realized too that what we really need is we need a third person in our life that does like paperwork and management, and so that way we can focus on our art completely. And it's weird working for shops for so long, and they take care of everything, and all you do is you get your pay and you do your job, to being independent and thinking of cosplayers instead of productions, because we've got to make it within the financial grasp of most cosplayers, but still get our value worth. So it's yeah, this is really an adventure and a half. We're not used to it yet, and we're hoping that we don't lose too much money to try to learn. So one step at a time. But it's a little scary. Yeah, this one went in really fast. I can't remember what it was, but he had to go out the door or something like that. And so, hi, Jazzy. Your internet still sucks. We're gonna have to fix that. Is it like the neighborhood? Is it the provider that you chose? Is it? Yeah, this is all excess. It should not be. He poured this one really fast. And of course, the idea is to be able to have a perfect pour because we're putting the powder into the mold first. It's a much less toxic way than spray painting. Oh yeah, I'm gonna face here that I'm just gonna have to clean up afterwards so the cats don't get the stuff in the paws. I'm trying to keep it all on the paper and failing. I'm going to try using the cutter to get rid of this excess. Because that's a lot. That was forever to sand. Did I just break my blade? I think I just broke my blade. I think. I don't see the blade though. Again, don't want the cats to find it. Did you guys see where it went? If I did? I don't know. Maybe I didn't. Maybe it just slid in. Let's try not to do that again. Either way. Fortunately, this kind help with the online part of a business comes at a hefty price. I looked into it myself for my shop. Oh, really? So, I mean, I guess it's a matter of hiring someone, right? No, yeah. See, I was thinking of like a co-producer or a manager. Someone who takes a cut of sales. I'm assuming there are some out there. I just don't know where to find them because again, it's not something I've had. Like I've co-produced stuff before, events um and such, but it's different. Wow, this was a really big gob. Martin, you were in a rush, weren't you? Yeah, of course, just as you get to the last bit, that's when suddenly the whole thing cracks, right? I know it sounds horrible, but it's not. All good. Right, like basically a partner that is not an artist. Like, yeah, you're right, it's hard to find. Well, I was like, I mean, I was happy at first to get this designer on the government program, and then she did such a crap job. So it was like, okay, it's not good. I mean, she was really happy that we already had our own domain, but and that's the best thing of the whole thing. And that was a .ca, but apparently they're supposed to set that up for you, and I'm like, I already have. So when we registered the company, we grabbed every single variation that we could afford, just in case. It's not a bad idea, especially when you start making enemies. You always know you're a success when you make enemies. This is why part of me doesn't mind the trolls. Well, to a certain degree. It just shows how popular you are. Besides, they add to your numbers. I have pissed off so many trolls by saying that. I point out that the more they troll me, the better my numbers are. It's like, dude. I should have forced him to clean this up before going. Yeah, Martin, you made the mess. You do it. You're right. Ah, there we go. That's better. See, of course, if we were on a production right now, it would be literally paid per hour, and if we go over budget, then the questions start coming. Why'd you go over budget? How'd you go over budget? Etc. 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 Okay. I need to stop for a little water. And let me give you the store address, guys. You see, that's a nice thing too about doing it through Square is you can use your own vanity web address instead of having a Etsy.this.that and this and that, and there you go. Like I said, we're still building it. We're still trying to figure it out. Wow, I got a lot of glue on that finger this time. Whew. Ouch. Oh, wow, that's a lot of excess material, too. Actually, if I trim this with silver, might actually look pretty cool. Because, like, I mean, technically it should look like it was handmade, right? Because it's a medieval style crown. So if I detail it up, my brain is thinking, folks, that could be a very dangerous thing. It looks like I didn't need much. All right, plugging hot glue gun back in. Okay, I don't know about you guys, but this music is kind of making me sleepy. This is why I like doing the paper, because you just fold it over and all the crap is inside it. There we go. All right. Can I take a second here, guys? All right. All right, next step. This time I'm just going to leave the bag open. Actually, maybe I'll just tape it for now. See, my concern is always the stones popping out as I close the back. I want to play with some ideas. Okay, let's see what I'm going to do. Aina, I see by your profile that you are also in Toronto. Yeah, you would do that, wouldn't you? All right, so I have to decide different kinds of stones here. You know what's gonna... Ooh, those might look pretty cool up top. I think maybe blue spectrum. Or blue and green. That might be funky. Oh, I'm sorry. I keep trying to remember to keep it in camera. Yep, for now. For now, you travel around a lot? Ooh, maybe I'll do blue green. Okay, fine. You can stay open. Blue, green, blue, green, blue, green, because I don't have enough blues to, I don't have enough greens either. So, yeah, if I alternate them, actually, they don't have to be all the same color. Oh, yeah, that works, see? So I push them in, and I drop them on the floor. Whee! Ow! Come here. Moving a lot. Got to escape with Germany. LOL. As in, you moved to Canada from Germany? Martin's parents are from Germany. So are his sisters, actually. Okay, yeah, it's going to be a while before I did plug it in, didn't I? Yeah, I did. See, the unfortunate part of all this is finding more of these, the larger stones. I only have enough for 2 crowns. So I might leave this one blank until I can find stones a little more blue or green. Because these are all, these are way too small. These are too big for here, but too small for here. I was also thinking of maybe cutting a little inset piece, and then it won't matter. Actually, what size are these? Because those are pretty cool looking because they're square. So if I cut an inset piece, that'll oh, I like that orange. Maybe the orange can go in the silver just to kind of break it. Oh, actually, no, maybe the orange can go in the brass. That'd be kind of cool. I think I'm going to put the flowers on the top of this. From New Zealand, actually. Came around a bit through my work. Oh, nice. So work, and you have an online store, and wow. Yeah, we moved a lot. We moved 8 times in 2 years. It was pretty crazy. We didn't mean to. That's the way it happened. It's kind of weird sometimes. You just, you don't expect these things to happen, and you wind up learning a lot, but you wish you hadn't, so to speak. But yeah, originally German. Okay, so you came to Canada from Germany through New Zealand? That's kind of awesome. Do you speak all the different languages? That would make it so much cooler. Oh wow, those are really bright. Oh wow, they're so bright they disappear on the. Interesting. Okay. Yeah, running a little Etsy shop. About to open my own website. I think I told you about the cutting boards. Oh yeah, you did. But as a prop maker, I came around Germany, UK, New Zealand, Japan, and now Canada. I'm bilingual in German and English. Speak some Japanese, some French. Oh, that's right. Because wasn't I teasing Martin even though he wasn't here, saying that you should challenge him? You should speak to him German and see what happens. He is so out of practice. Those might actually look good on the silver. You haven't, you haven't answered. Did we talk? Oh, right, the cutting boards. My apologies, darling. Well, you know what? I should subscribe to you back. You just started your profile on Haps, didn't you? Subscribe. Well, welcome to Haps. Check in every day, and they will give you more coins. One never knows what German might be talking about the weather or conjuring a demon. Too many profiles to keep track of. Oh, I know. I know. Everyone was trying to get me over on some other services, and I'm like, I'm at my max, but I'm doing okay on Haps. Some of the things we do, and today's actually a quiet day because I don't have Martin. So, but when both of us are here, oh my God, we pick on each other endlessly. If you ask our regulars, they agree. I think that's why they keep coming back. Well, when you're in a relationship that long, you gotta pick on each other, right? Just gotta remind each other that you're human. It's like Will Smith talking about, saying to his lady that he's retiring from the relationship, and they changed the whole nature of the relationship, and apparently they're much happier now. I find people get way too hung up on one. I mean, in your 20s and your 30s, you're going to want one thing, and later on, if you let your brain just grow with your age, you wind up wanting more, wanting different, and that's okay. Oh yeah, that's the other thing I got to do before Fan Expo is clean some wigs. I remember you talking about how many wigs you have. Hey, if you're free Fan Expo weekend, we've been approved for our panel. We could use a helper or two. I'm still waiting for all the confirmations and stuff, but they asked me how many extra passes I wanted, and I said 2. Because really, it's hard. It's just Martin and I. It's not impossible, but a large convention like that, and getting to panels and dragging stuff with us, and So yeah, if you're free that weekend, let me know. Too many profiles. You check them. Okay. When is it? Oh, when is it? I knew the answer to that, and it just suddenly went away. It is Friday, Saturday, Sunday. I don't know what day our panels are on. We can't afford a hotel this time, so we're gonna go back and forth. Let's see. Fan Expo. No, not Fan Expo. I think the glue is making my fingers weird. October 22nd to 24th. 22nd, 23rd, and 24th. And again, it's so close, and I haven't even gotten a schedule from them. But yeah, the size of your wings, I guess you can understand the whole. Imagine if you were doing panels too. I think it's interesting now in the panel rules, they actually put in there now that people cannot sew from their panel, and I'm like, people were doing that? I can't handle that. And when I'm in panel, like, come see me later and I'll give you a business card. But just people actually selling from their panels. And the Sunday is our Remember Me, so I specifically asked them not to book panels on that day, and I want to tell my audience here, when we're going to what time of day on the 24th we're doing it. But again, they haven't confirmed anything, so um, I may ask our sponsors and our awards people, do they mind us changing? I Halloween we've got so many plans, but November 1st is a Monday, which is like, right? Yes. Maybe would have to double check my schedule. So I have no idea at the moment. Too exhausted to plan that far ahead. Completely understood. We will probably send you a message. Either Martin or I will send you a message and say, "Hey," because we'd love some people to be assistants this time that aren't in cosplay as well. Like when we've had larger group, it makes sense. But when someone's helping you and they're in cosplay, they can't do as much. So it would be nice to have people who understand cosplay, but aren't in cosplay. I'm actually thinking of loaning whoever it is, like we've got car hunger shirts. They're just like the gas station type shirts. Pretty straightforward and simple and comfy. Well, I have an extra layer of skin now on my finger. At least the hot glue sets faster than the Gorilla does. Gorilla sets slow. They get kind of lazy. Come on, Stone. Come on. Oh, this Stone's being really stubborn. There you go. All right. So I think tomorrow when Martin comes, we're going to do a lot of paperwork and business type stuff in the morning, and then do some work on the Monarch stuff in the afternoon. But yeah, we need to get some work, and that's been tough to juggle in. I absolutely understand. I usually had 3 helpers with me for my cosplays. Yeah, it's been rough because when the team kind of broke up, partially because we were moving back here, and a lot of people weren't able to do things because, I mean, Emerald City Comic Con used to give us everything for everyone to come and do the murder mystery, and same with the steampunk convention and all that stuff. But when the new group took over, when Reed Pop bought it, it became a whole different beast to dress me because that was impossible to do by myself. Yes, I'm the same way with like the wings, right? And Maleficent, and there are a number of things we do that you don't dress yourself. I'm kind of really amazed at solo cosplayers because they always have to find helpers. And Martin and I can do a day or whatever without, but it's not ideal. Like you want you want your own helper with your camera type thing, and so you can get some pictures as opposed to trying to find them on the internet later. And then of course, sometimes you can't lean over, or people come running for you, and you can't stop them yourself, but your helper can. The last Halloween with my Maleficent, we had one friend help, and she did her best, but she wasn't 100% sure what she was doing most of the time. And bless her heart for coming out. No, not last year, sorry, the year before. Last year Halloween was canceled. There you go. Yes, everyone, go check out her wings. They're awesome. You hand dyed all those feathers, didn't you? Which I think is just incredible. I mean, that's a work of love. That really is a work of love. No, those are the wrong ones. Oh, I don't want to use those. I was thinking the blue and green spectrum. Fear that the kitchen was ruined afterwards, so unfortunately, yes. Oh, well, hopefully it survived. These combo kits are not a great price because most of your stones won't get used. But you can't seem to find certain shapes and sizes and colors of stones on their own without ordering them online. I'm going to have to figure out ordering the larger ones online for this one. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, I've got a ton of stones in the other room. That's just like a small portion. It's just crazy. And especially since these packs are about they're $16 a pack or something like that. And you're only going to use 20% of them. I know this isn't in the computer, but I'm almost wondering. Laser cutting. I have to run these. So these are not going to go up as soon as I'd like them to, unfortunately. But when they go up, we'll have learned more about, what's accessible. It actually is weird, folks, building for you guys, for other cosplayers and for customers in this way, because productions give you these budgets, and the shop is paying you, and it's a whole different world. So both exciting and a little scary. Okay, everything's sticking to me again. Yeah, I think I may, when I see this all done, I may do some highlighting. Maybe. I haven't decided yet. Have Sunset Award! Yay! Thank you, Desiree! Desiree, are you already on the list for Remember Me? I don't remember. Ha! Um, Hi, Des! Yes, I'm alone tonight. And let me call up that list. Are you guys doing any art tonight, Des? Or sorry, any are you doing any art tonight? 70, so you added another 50 cents. Yay. So I'm going to put you down. Desiree. Sorry I'm off camera for a moment, but I'm nearby. Golden is at 50 cents plus 7, 50, 60, 70, 120. Now I'm dealing with the fact that my new upstairs neighbors gave me bed bugs. You're kidding me. Oh, crap. How bad is it, hon? I mean, how'd they get down to you? I've been told the damn things are determined on new art for my shop while watching you. Nice. Is that co-working? In many ways, yes, it is. Actually, if do you want to be invited in? Like, do you have a camera and a mic set up? Preferably one that won't echo back. So, like right now, I'm wearing my hands-free from my phone and it's connected to my computer. Because if you have, I can invite you in. I so look forward to sleeping on the floor and throwing out my bed. Good times. Well, is there any like insurance or anything between the units or like where they'll pay for a new bed? I mean, I really think that landlords should have insurance for things like that. Because even if the bed isn't as good as the one you just lost, it's a bed and it's better than sleeping on the floor. That's just wrong. People really need to be more careful. I only have the one in my laptop. Never tried it though. You only have the one in your laptop. Are you watching via your laptop? And do you have like a earbuds? Wow. Okay. Very old house, which cracks everywhere, and his bedroom is directly above mine. Going on a while, but I didn't know what was going on. Thought it was hives because we couldn't find any. They were hiding in a hole in my stuffed duvet. Oh no. Renter's insurance is always on the renter now. Oh man. That's wrong. Well, do you have like will the insurance cover a new bed? And will the landlord cover the cost of like debugging the place? Ah, oh my, no, he pulled one. Oh no, he pulled the other glue sticks. Whew! For a second I thought, oh my god, I'm gonna have to go digging for glue sticks. Yeah, via a second monitor. Give me a sec to see if I can connect with Bluetooth headphones to the laptop. Then it might work. Cool. Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I've got the Bluetooth headphones. When it's Martin and I, we've got these wireless mics and everything. Yeah, because then you can share what you're doing with everyone. Because you're doing something a little different than we do. And I'd love to see your cutting boards. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take off this camera in preparation. Luckily, because they were all through them, it was easy to remove because they were all in one place. I just need to treat with borax for a few months. Also, no, I'm poor. Don't have renter's insurance. Don't tell the landlord. Hopefully, the landlord doesn't watch my. Actually, landlord probably doesn't watch my broadcast. Also, I doubt it. They say the old woman upstairs complains. She's 80. Oh, so she's probably complaining about everything on the planet. Everyone breathes wrong. Everyone looks wrong. Everyone's hairdo is wrong. Everyone's makeup is wrong. I know the type. God, 80, and she's probably being bitten by her own bed bugs. That can't be. Who is this beautiful woman that I'm looking at? I hope you're talking about me because I'm the only one here and the cats are male. Hello, John, pretty much. If she complains, then they probably will heat treat it. Yeah, I've had that. I've done like the group thing and gone and done programs and things like that. And yeah, they throw everything in these heat machines. Yeah, I don't like the unevenness of the powder, but the stones are definitely making it look better. And yeah, I think that's what I'm going to do is I'm going to pick up some really thin foam to close these with instead of using the piece of ABS. Hey, no, she isn't the new one. It was a guy that brought them in. She has been here for like 15 years. Wow. Wow. You see, these aren't really blue, but I think they look cool with the. Do I have really small ones though? Or do I put little roses in this one? They're white roses. Do we have little small ones? Hello, John. How are you? Everyone, remember that we are doing the Remember Me thing. Uh, you only have one more week before you can contribute $5 worth of awards. The money from the sponsorships of last month and the awards to the middle of the month will be contributed to the Monarch, adopting a monarch from the WWF, the World Wildlife Fund. And we will be doing names of people who have passed away or your pets or whatever you wish. And we will ask you to contribute a story, either come on live with us and share the story or write it out for us. Those of you who are already on that list, please make sure I have the names and you've written it out. I'm not sure I want to do green for this. Hold on. It's a completely different kind of green, but oh, and it falls on the floor. Well, that wasn't successful. And I don't see it. So that's the other thing when Martin's not here. The man's got like he's farsighted, so he's got eyes like a freaking hawk. You drop anything, he finds it in minutes. Ah, there it is. Or seconds. I find it in minutes. Da, 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 da. It's weird because blue eyes, like mine, are usually nearsighted, but he's also blue eyes and he's farsighted. It's kind of neat. I'm okay. Cool. John, we need to get you better because okay is not enough. The heat treatment is like 8K to 12K and honestly fails a lot of the time. The best ways to go about it is to keep your clean. Lay down your borax often. Put mint and tea tree oil everywhere and lavender scent everything. I should have it under control as long as he doesn't let his problems get. Oh man, too bad. I think it worked. Do we want to find out? Do we want to find out? Let's find out. I know. This will be the first thing on your profile. INA Everfree. write the name of your company. Hey, Everfree. There she is. So what I have done is I have invited you, and I will see you when you join. And then I will share the screen with you. I think I can put these little green ones up top because I know I have more than two. The bright green ones. They're slightly different kind of stone, but that's okay. So what you do is you go to your notification pop down and you will see that I invited you, and that's where you click. Everything's flipping over. 2, 3, 4, 5. Where's number 6? I had 6. I know I had 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Oh, did I not have 6 of that same green? Well, okay, I'm gonna have to use 1 green in the no, because I have 6 of these. Oh, I have 7 of these. Oh. Apparently I got the wrong green.
Oh, let's see if that works.
I hear you. Let me get you on camera. There we go. Yeah, and now we see you. Oh, I should make you the small. I'll go 50-50 with you. There we go. 50-50 with you.
I don't mind being small either, so no one can see the mess behind me.
Oh, come on. We are who we are, right? Disaster is our middle name.
It's getting big. Unfortunately.
How are you?
Alive.
That's my default too. Look, I'm alive. This is cool.
It's like, I don't know,
Nice.
times are crazy.
Well, work, I assume, is going well. Assuming.
Well, yes, my main job is going very well. That is my problem.
Oh, so what are you working on tonight?
I'm actually just got a huge order for some kind of like how do you describe it? It's basically crystal ball jewelry holders.
Oh.
And yeah, I had a huge order for them coming in that I had not estimated for. So now I'm probably not going to sleep for the next week.
We don't have to sleep. Who needs sleep? I mean, it's so overrated.
I heard it's healthy.
Oh, it's a lie. It's all a lie. It's just bed makers' way of selling beds. It's a conspiracy. Let's just add another conspiracy, shall we? Too many.
True.
Too
On the
many.
other hand, my bed is very, very comfy.
Oh, good. So you do have an Etsy store,
Sorry?
right? You do
Yeah,
have an
yeah.
Etsy store. Yeah.
Yes, actually,
And do you want
several.
to put up a link? Well, several. Well, pick one. You keep talking about these cutting boards, which
Yes,
sound
like
awesome.
they're my main sellers, but they are interesting. And unfortunately, I don't even have one around because they keep just selling so fast that I can't even keep them in stock. It's,
Oh, really?
I don't know. I don't know what people do with them, to be honest. I think the last time I
Hopefully
used the
cut
cutting
things on
board.
them?
Maybe, but wait, like I have people who order like 15 of them, and who uses 15 cutting boards?
Hold on, for one person.
Yeah.
15 cutting boards for one person.
And I'm like, I personally have 2.
Yeah, same here. I got one little small one and one larger one. And that's about all I
Exactly.
need.
Exactly.
Are they
So I
gifts?
don't think so. There, maybe, but who orders gifts already and so many in September. Like, on the other hand, with last year's delays for Christmas, like, I seriously had an order from someone last year at New Year's Eve for a Christmas present for this year.
Oh wow. Oh wow. That's crazy. That's absolutely crazy.
Like,
Sleep is
it
for the
was a
weak.
personalized one with a date on it, and I assumed because it's dated 2021 that was just a typo, so I double checked. But like, no, that's for next year Christmas. We just decided we'll get started early this year.
Oh wow. Just get it done. Oh.
But,
You don't have one
yeah,
there. Well, what's your Etsy page? Like what's your
um,
store where they
it's
are?
just called Everfree Designs as well. I think that's my current go-to for everything.
Okay, let's see if designs. No, that's not you. That's not you. Why is it not giving me you? All one word? So let's see. It's Etsy.com
It should
.com or
actually be.
.ca.
You might probably have to spell it all together in one word to find it because Etsy is a bit funny with finding
Yes,
things.
it is. No, don't find me product. Find me person. Okay, okay. Oh, I see. It wants search for anything. How about search for anyone? Shop and find shops naming. Okay. Oh, there you are. There you
Yeah,
are.
still mainly based on resin arts, but that's because I'm currently splitting the finished products from the supplies, which is why I'm opening a third shop, hopefully soon.
Oh, so you're breaking down your product into different.
Yeah, it's just easier to market it to different groups and different audiences if you have it separated.
Right. Oh well, you got a lot of praise for these boards. You're right. They're really popular. People are just loving them. And $36 is very reasonable. Very, very
Yeah,
reasonable.
I think so. I think it's a fair price considered what I like source them for and how much time is involved. So I don't think I need to charge more for it. But
Have you
yeah,
gotten ones for weddings, like as giveaways? Do people order them for their
yeah.
weddings or?
I had one wedding party who actually ordered cutting boards as placemats for the tables. So every guest had a personalized one with the name of the groom and the bride and the wedding date on it.
Nice.
And they were quite nice.
So I'm gonna go like this. Copy. And then I'm gonna go like this. Everyone go and check her stuff. Check her stuff out. Check her stuff
Right now,
out.
like I'm engraving these kind of things currently. I'm not sure if that's visible.
Oh yeah, that's very
Yeah,
visible.
like craft notebooks because I keep forgetting what I need to do. So I have notebooks everywhere, and I was like, maybe I could engrave them.
So what? They're wood cover?
No, they're like the brown craft paper cover, so they're pretty thin, but therefore they are like easy to just throw into your purse and everything and have with you around. Because if I don't have a notebook with me, then I will definitely forget things.
Huh? Haven't gone completely digital, huh?
No, not even like I actually prefer everything written down. It's just that if I don't write it down, it just blanks out of my brain, I guess, and then
I've
it's
been told that
just
that's
gone.
that's common. It's the motion of the hand. That your brain basically says, okay, this hand is doing this motion, so it gets all it's more likely to remember it. I don't write as much as I used to, and I should. I've been really bad. This whole digital thing is just making my brain go to mush. Total
Maybe that's the
absolute
secret
mush.
plan.
Oh, I see.
Like for all of us, and
Start.
then we don't complain anymore.
Oh yeah, really. Conspiracy. It's a conspiracy. We need more
Ooh.
conspiracy theories. Everyone's so bored with it without conspiracy theories. So what are you working on right now?
Let's see if I can lift this up. Is ooh.
Oh,
Like the beginning of like that way. No, this way.
Yep.
This way.
You got
It's
right
the
there.
beginning of a jewelry tray that has this crystal ball, which is filled with different kind of oils and waters. So if I swirl it, it gives interesting patterns in there. It's hard to see in the camera,
Oh,
I guess,
nice.
but and yeah, where's my other one? I have a couple of these. This is actually the one that I just sold a lot of.
Oh, that's cool.
And this is as well.
That
Like,
is really cool.
it kind of swirls in there. It gives interesting patterns.
That is awesome.
And they come in lots of different variations.
Nice. That's a
Um,
statement on life.
yeah, I have a couple of them around. They just keep growing here.
Oh, wow. So do you do it as a one pour, or do you do it as sections and
No,
glue
that is
everything
in
in, or?
sections. Yeah, it is in sections. Like the base is poured by alone as a one piece first, and then all the crystals, and then the skeleton hand is poured, and then I assemble everything afterwards.
Cool. Cool. Well, you obviously enjoy what you're doing, which is the best part about it, right?
Yeah, at least to a certain degree.
Well, everyone should be able to make a little money off their art, or
I
what they
mean,
love doing instead of what they have to do.
I guess there are lots of people who just don't like doing these kind of things with their hands, and therefore they wouldn't enjoy it. So,
That's true. That's true. But we're not those people.
no, but I mean, they do have
I
their
got
uses as well. Like my sister is one of these people, so I'm doing all the creative part. Therefore, she is my social media manager, so that's a good trade for me.
nice. Yeah. Yeah, my family's not interested in anything. It's like you do your thing and go away. It's like, okay, fine.
I mean, on the other hand, I think it is hard for people to understand what we actually do. Because
Mm,
so many people think we are just sitting somewhere in a corner and having some hot glue and gluing something, and then we call it art. And that's not really how it is. That's part of it, but you need the knowledge behind it to still pull it off.
yeah, exactly. And there's so many DIYs out there, and if you look at them closely, they tell you how to do something, but they don't. And it's
Yeah.
mostly because a high percentage of people are going to fail, and they're going to come to you anyway, and you're going to always bless their hearts for trying, and then smile very politely and say, okay, this is how much it is. I'll give you a 5% discount because you failed, but it's good that you tried, and yeah, it's nice encouraging people, but you're always there in case they give up.
hmm
Because the DIY age seems to still be going.
I mean, I guess because, like, especially right now, because people just have more time, I think. Like, how many people started the new renovation of their house or something because with a lockdown they finally had time for it.
Oh, that's true. Getting supplies though has been a pain in the ass.
That is true
Yeah, everyone's
for
either out of
everything.
everything, or yeah,
Yeah. Tell
or
me,
you get the whole.
I just hunted this in 2 months and
Oh,
ended up
really?
paying through the nose for it. Yeah, there's a
Oh no,
global
where'd you
resin
wind up?
shortage.
Is there really?
Yeah, because
Wow.
in February there was some kind of ice storm or snowstorm or something in Texas, and that kind of affected the polymer factory that creates 70% of the world's polymers, and therefore they can't produce lots of materials right now, like resin and certain plastics and so on. And that's why
Oh
prices
boy.
went up like crazy, and it's really hard to get certain things right now.
Yeah, I'm still having a hard time with materials for the wings. Yeah, we use that different material that I don't even know what it is, quite frankly. But to make the Monarch ones because they had to be done, on time. And yeah, the stuff is cracking. I don't even know what kind of plastic it is. It looks good, but
Hmm.
yeah, if a customer orders, I gotta get the proper material because I am not using that material on the customers. I'll use it
No,
on my own
that
wings, but I'm not going to use it on theirs.
no,
It's
that
just
would
it's
just
not
lead to
right.
complaints in the end. Yeah.
Mhm. Mhm. And if someone's going to invest in something like that for us to make something like that, especially the Monarch wings, because the pattern is very specific with all the little dots and it's a much more complicated paint job and everything than like the other fairy wings and the Mave wings and stuff like that. So they
Hmm.
take more time. So it's not the kind of thing I want to have someone say, hey, it broke in the first month or it
No.
arrived with a crack from the mail. I don't want to do that to our customers. So they're up there, but when someone orders a pair, it's like you have to hang on. I hope you're not in a rush.
But on the other hand, that's with so many stuff like right now. I think people do understand because
Yeah,
if if they try to make it themselves, they can't get the materials either. So
exactly, exactly. So they'd have to struggle and struggle and struggle as well. God, these strips of little beads are so much easier than sitting there and putting all the individual ones in. This is so much simpler. I'm happy I found these. And then yeah, I'm looking for some things, specifically for some things. And then I'm finding all these other alternatives because what I actually went looking for is out of stock and I'm like, well, let's try this and see. And it's like, okay, this isn't so bad. So I know the next time I do things like this, I know what to do now. And because I was going to do colored resin in these spaces, so they would look like
okay.
uh, stones, right?
Hmm.
But I was having a hard time finding the pigments of the colors I wanted. And I've got some clear resin left here, but not enough. And then there's the drying time. And I thought, you know what? That's going to up the cost of these like big time.
Definitely. Yeah.
So I started looking in the beads section and there was these. And I thought, oh, they probably will be crap, but let's try. So I bought a couple packs and I think I may go back for more because it's actually turning out to
Hmm.
be
Yeah.
working really
That
really
looks good.
well. And yeah, just a tiny bit of, but I got to find these big guys. I expected to pick them up at Michael's because that's where I got these original ones from the other crown, right?
Hmm.
I got these at Michael's years ago, so I was hoping Michael still had these, and whole chunks of their shelves are empty. And of course, this mold has already been made and this has already been cast, and it's not like I can go back and completely
Um.
change that whole.
It really depends which Michaels you're actually going to, because I had to go to several for work just this week. Actually, I have been
Oh,
to 5
really?
different ones. The ones in the stockyards was really well stocked, while the ones out here in Etobicoke has hardly anything right now.
Stockyards, huh?
So they might have it there.
I wonder if I can get the chance. Tomorrow's gonna be super busy. Thank you. I will look. I
Oh,
will look.
whatever
Because I
helps,
never even
right?
thought of that. Yeah, well, I usually go to the ones in Scarborough, like, because there's the two. There's the one on Warden and the one up at Kennedy Commons, and they're really easy to get to from here. So,
No, I have never been in Scarborough, so I wouldn't even know. I haven't made it there yet.
You haven't?
No,
Oh, we'll have
I've
to fix
been
that.
kind of stuck here. I was always either working or there was a lockdown happening. So I've been
Yeah.
living in Canada for 2 years, and basically I didn't leave Toronto yet.
Well, Scarborough is now kind of Toronto, but that's beyond. You know, I
Yeah.
remember when Scarborough was its own city, and now it's part of the six, the GTA, or whatever they're calling it. Well, I'll have to take you out to the Guild Inn one day. Guildwood Parks is basically the couple that used to own it many years ago. The original building was built in the late 1800s, early 1900s, and the property basically they were artists, so they had a whole artist community out there, and they started when they tore down buildings, they started bringing pieces of the buildings out to the property. So
Okay.
there's like pillars and chunks of structure, and I mean just all over the property. There's all this stuff, and that's where Martin and I got married, and they took some of the pillars from one of the banks and made a huge Greek amphitheater out of it.
Ooh,
It's
sounds
they
nice.
do theater, yeah, they do plays there, and they rent it out for weddings, and it's gorgeous, just gorgeous. And the only reason I discovered it is I used to go to school down the street, and we used to do this thing called Scar Trek, which was a regular walk because it was a Catholic school. And back then, we didn't have public funding for Catholic schools here. So we had to raise our own money for extracurricular. So we did this funded, you get sponsors, and we walked and walked and walked. And one year, the route they picked went right by the buildings, like right by the property. And I was like, what's this? What's this? So I came back later and checked it out and fell in love with it like right away. Really cool property. Really cool property.
Sounds interesting.
I like doing photos out there too. Although we kind of guerrilla photo. We go on like weekday during the day and grab a photographer, go out and do stuff because it costs money. But it's funny because it's $150 for a photography permit,
Okay.
and sorry, it's $200 for a photography permit. But it's $150 fine if they catch you without the permit.
But then
So
I wouldn't
it's
get a permit
cheaper.
in that case.
Exactly. It's cheaper to just like go at a time where you're less likely to get caught, and just if you get caught, pay the permit, pay the fine instead of the permit. It's just like it's
That
kind
reminds
of
me.
silly.
That reminds me
Yes.
of the old parking system at my old school, because you had to, if you wanted to park, you had to pay like some ridiculous amount, like 50 euros per month, which for a student is loads of money. But if you wouldn't park and they would catch you, your ticket would be 5 euros. And they would catch you maybe once every 3 or 4 months, so no one ever paid for parking.
Oh my God, that's hilarious.
Unfortunately, then they changed it, so only teachers were allowed to drive and park there.
Oh, so students with cars couldn't? That's kind of silly.
Well, we just paid the teachers to drive us to school, so it worked out as
Oh no!
well.
Bribe the teacher's pet, right? Who pays them more? Who pays them the most money?
Yes, I think they were just happy that at least we showed up for school. So
Ah, that bad, huh?
yeah, well, I mean, we were all 18, so that meant we could actually write our own letters of excuse if we didn't feel like going to school. And in the school system, like we were actually even allowed to excuse ourselves via email. So of course we would go out all night long, get drunk, and then like when we went home, just send an email that we wouldn't be coming in the next morning.
Oh wow.
And yeah,
Now, how often did you do that?
often enough that they then forced me to bring a doctor's note every time I was sick. But
Oh
I had a good
no!
doctor who then wrote me a note that actually, because of my super low blood pressure and me passing out all the time, they couldn't do that because if I feel good enough to drive to the doctor, then I could just go to school as well.
Oh no!
Well, I just kept doing the same thing for the next 2 years.
But you got through and you passed. You graduated.
But yeah,
And you made
in
your
retrospect, I
own
should have
art
showed
too.
up more.
Yeah, but it's that hindsight thing, the 2020 in hindsight thing, right? You never know until
Sorry?
after you've done it. It's
Yeah,
hindsight.
that's
It's that
true.
2020 hindsight thing, you know.
Yes.
And you made your own R2D2, which is also on your portfolio,
Yeah,
which I think is
but that
awesome.
was a group project in my university. So I actually have a bachelor degree in prop making, and the R2D2 was part of that degree. So we were a team of 5 people, and we had 6 weeks to build it from scratch.
Wow, nice.
And that's what we did.
So what did you use for your body? Like we used styrene because that's what we had. What did you use for your R2 body?
The base or the internal framing is just timber, and then we had the outer shell laser cut, and then 3D printed the whole eye stalk and the details like the vents and these kind of things. Which was interesting because
Nice.
that was the first time I had actually ever used a laser cutter or a 3D printer, and I had to teach myself. So that was a process.
Wow. And you only had a few weeks to learn and build.
Yes. But it worked surprisingly well. I think I only had 3 misprints where the sizing was slightly off, and one where I just printed spaghetti.
I've done that. You're staring at it and you're like, why are you not sticking?
Yep. But it's great as well when you
Yeah.
accidentally, what was it? We accidentally used some sort of mold release on our build plate, so nothing would stick to it anymore. And then we had it
Oh
just
no.
sticking to the hot end. So that was fun.
Whoops.
Oh, no one
Oh
told us not to put
wow.
mold release on there.
Well,
Right.
it's that live and learn thing, right?
Exactly. I know better nowadays with my 3D printer, so
Yes, I have to get ours up and going. Everything was buried in here for, well, you saw how crazy it was. But we've also got on here on HAPS, there's a few artists and there's a few 3D printers. And so there's a lot of comparing notes on this app, which is nice. People watching each other do their thing and translating that skill to their own. So it's quite a little community here, especially of artists on HAPS. We had there were some artists on Periscope, but they weren't as featured or as dominant, like as right out there. And
I see.
I've noticed even people here who have got the same skills are doing the same things, still are different enough that they're not a threat to each other,
Hmm.
which I think is awesome. So
Yeah,
I'm
and
really enjoying my time. Sorry?
it's great if you can compare notes and these things without people just getting butthurt all the time, because I don't know. Some people
There's
are
also,
weird.
a lot of people are weird. We just ignore most of them.
Yeah, but some are harder to ignore than others.
See, you gotta decide: is someone weird or creepy weird?
True.
If they're creepy
When it's
weird,
creepy.
I don't want to have anything to do with them. Just yeah, no.
Yeah, I agree.
And yeah, and even then, there's a good kind of creepy weird and a bad kind of creepy weird. The bad
Yeah.
kind is borderline troll. got a
I
few
don't
of
know. I
those.
think trolls are just bored and just
Ah,
not satisfied with their own life.
yeah. So they say crazy things. Although we
Yeah,
have one
because if you
person
stir
on here.
drama, you don't have to think about your own life. It's perfect.
Oh, that's true. That's true. We have one gentleman on here who followed Martin and I over from Periscope, and some of the stuff that comes out of his mouth is really weird. And people are like, he's a troll, and I'm like, no, actually, he's a friend.
Hmm. Does he know that some
Yeah.
people take it wrong what he
Oh,
says?
oh yeah, he's fully aware.
Hmm.
Recently, one of the Hapsters on here got offended with the questions he was asking, and in his brain, they were very legitimate questions. And there were even a number of
Hmm.
people who were going, he's not trolling, he's asking legitimate questions. And yeah, that was like a get him kicked off, and this guy is horrible, and blah blah blah. And I'm sitting here going, no, he just doesn't always have the classiest way of asking questions. He's kind of bold on that front.
I
They're like,
see.
so I'm like, just leave him alone. If you don't like him, block him. But I rather like him, and I want him to stay because every once in a while he wakes Martin and I up if we got a really long broadcast and there aren't that many people around. He'll ask something so out of left field or say something that's
Hmm.
just so abstract. You have to stop and work your brain a little in order to figure out what the hell he's trying to say. And I love it. I am getting so much oil
Yeah.
on my fingers.
Well, just put brown on you, and we call it the coronation.
Sorry, say again?
I just said in that case, if the crown is ended up glued to you, we call it a coronation.
Yeah. Yeah, but I'm not selling me with the crown. That would be really expensive.
Well, someone has the money.
Crown comes with creator. There we go. Discount if you feed her. Feed me.
Fine.
Yes.
Until prices here in Toronto, that would actually be a good deal.
Yeah, really. It's the worst back in BC. It's so hard to eat back in BC. It's hard to do anything back in BC.
Is it
No
even
wonder a
worse
good
over
chunk.
there?
Oh God, yes.
Oh.
I mean, our costs went up. So, I mean, for those who literally sleep on the beach, no, not really. But then their costs are down no matter where they live. But no, it's housing's more because there's a lot of absentee landlords, so people from other countries owning places because they don't get
Oh, I
taxed
see.
like they do in Ontario. In Ontario, a landlord gets taxed for income. In BC, they don't. So, they buy up all the properties, shooting up the property values, and then they rent them to anyone. They really don't care. And then yeah, they walk away with a free income. It's they're talking about now making it a Canada-wide thing that landlords get taxed, period. So if they pass that, I know British Columbia is not going to be happy. Well, the landlords aren't. Tenants are. Um, but yeah, it's next to impossible to get anything done. Things like the gluten-free bread I eat is like $5 here a loaf. It's like almost $7 there. The same loaf of bread. So yeah.
As a German person, I find the price for bread crazy here anyway. I just
Yeah.
went to a German supermarket today to pick some up because I felt like having a German brunch.
Oh,
And
nice.
the exact same cheese that I buy in Germany for $2 is $8 here. And I'm just like, not fair.
Yeah. Yeah.
And
Oh,
don't even get me
people get
started on
offended.
bottled water.
I'm sorry, Jazzy. I missed your comments because I was looking down and gluing myself to everything. Um, I think I'm going weird. No, you're not, Jazzy. You never have been. You know, you've been probably one of my tamest viewers all these years. It's Halloween. You mean Halloween creepy? No, Halloween creepy is fun. People get offended easily. Yes, they do. Who's this? Well, I will let this. You're being referred to as a this. I will let this introduce
Well,
herself. I put her Etsy um, up a couple comments up. Check out her popular cutting boards. But go ahead, this. Introduce yourself.
well, there's not a lot to say. I'm Ina. I'm a German prop maker here in Canada, and just hustling away, trying to survive, I guess. And I just randomly
Pretty good.
help out people if I can.
And you work for a furniture repair furniture just furniture what? The
Well,
furniture things.
actually, it is an art studio that I work for.
Ah,
We do lots of murals and sculptures and these kind of things. But the department I'm working in is mainly creating high-end designer furniture.
so you cater to all the yuppies that still think they're back in the 80s.
Basically, it's like whoever has the money to pay that much for furniture and wants completely, I don't know, not very functional furniture.
Oh no! What do you mean not functional? Can you sit on it?
No, well, yes, but like some, they are just really small. Like I might just really like big tables so I can put stuff on it. And I think I'm just not the right audience for what we make because I prefer big tables that are really sturdy, and worst case I throw my hot glue gun on it and it doesn't matter to the table.
So it's
And
kind of
that's
like a
not the kind of
condo
thing.
living furniture.
Yeah. And like
Okay.
they look great. It's just yeah, different audience.
Yeah. Yes, that sounds it very much so. Nice. Nice. And yes, she was very helpful. She stumbled on us on Facebook, and she's been very helpful with it when we did the Ultra Monarch Ultra, and it was like Martin and I were just struggling with the two of us trying to handle everything, and she and her friend just glided in like angels and rescued our buttskis.
Now, like
You broke up a little bit there. Maybe you want to try that again. Oh, I'm not hearing any audio now. Oh,
it might be my internet connection.
there you go. Now you're back.
Yeah, I keep getting warnings that my internet connection is unstable.
Hmm.
It might be my condo here again. Like my internet here keeps cutting out all the time. It's really annoying.
Really?
Yeah, like
Is
we
it
have
like
outages.
each unit's its own, or is it like the whole building is on one service?
No, it's each unit having their own.
Okay.
But we usually have an outage every weekend for a couple of hours, and every evening our internet gets really slow.
Really? Interesting.
But we had the same when we were living in a building close by here before we moved, so I have the feeling it might be the area.
Hmm. Is it fiber optic?
I think so. Yeah, just thinking, yeah, optic. But It's a bit weird.
But then you might
But
be right. It
that
might
was
be the
one of
building's fiber, the building's fiber optics,
yeah.
but the neighborhood isn't. Okay, so I'm gonna put that down before I glue more to my finger. And go back to fixing this. Well, this is a kind of goblin cleaver thing that we cut up for one of our actors, like made up for one of our actors back in BC when we were doing a Lord of the Rings entry in a parade. And so it's a little dinged up and everything, but it's been sitting around doing nothing. And we thought, I'm going to redo the leather wrap on its handle and see whether or not it'll sell. Because if something like this sells, we'd love to make more. I'd actually love to make some convention friendly ones, ones that are not made out of very thick aluminum, but more a soft form or a
Yeah, self-spinning soft foam would be nice for that.
something out of rubber and along those lines. So she had the leather here just basically wrapped and tied because it was only really made for the one parade. And then we thought, if we want to do the characters later on, we can, and we'll have it, and then we'll improve on it. But Martin and I moved, so that kind of put a wrench in that works. So yeah, I'm thinking we'll put it up
Yeah.
and see what people think of the price tag and whether or not they want this kind of thing. And if they decide they like it, like either we can take a molding, a casting of this one, or we can cut one out of wood or something like that that's easier to cut and do a casting of that. We'll have to like lacquer it or sand it or make it nice and smooth. But wood's a lot easier to work with, and because cutting aluminum is a pain in the
Oh yeah.
that body part.
Tried that one, not doing it again.
Oh yeah, this took quite a bit to cut. Constantly oiling and keeping the blade wet. Yeah, so we didn't go through a ton of blades while cutting it, but yeah, this was fun. And we did for one of the other characters, he wanted to do an axe, so he bought the handle, and then we made him the aluminum axe head to his drawing. In hindsight, I kind of wish we had done that one first and this one second, but we didn't. We did this one first. I mean, okay, this isn't going to be so bad, and then did the axe. And it was like, oh, second thought. Because yeah, it was much larger and much more complicated. And he wanted this little bit and that little bit, and we're like, okay. See, the cutter we had at Stargate could do this kind of thing, could cut aluminum. We didn't have to do it by hand. The aluminum Falcon must be a pain to repair. Hello, Christina and New Martin. This is, here you go. Honey, this is Grand Admiral Thrawn. This is the person that I was referring to earlier. It's interesting that I speak of him and he appears. Yes, he has unique ways of speaking.
He smelled it.
So you are now, yeah, you are now New Martin. We'll have to break it
at
to
least
Martin
I can
gently.
speak German as well, so.
That's true.
Like we have a saying in German, like you're late, you lose it. So.
Nice. Nice. So yes, the Grand Admiral here is obviously into science fiction like Star Wars and Star Trek and such, and sometimes spouts out some pretty obscure stuff that most people are like, what? And Martin and I are like, ha, yeah, that. Yeah, so he hangs around. We haven't figured out how to get rid of him yet, and still working on it. I hope you spoke of me poorly. I really do try, Grand Admiral. I really, really do try, and sometimes I succeed and sometimes I don't. But you make it so easy, honey. See, and I think that's why people think he's a troll half the times because it's this obscure stuff that Martin and I love, and other people are like, "Yeah, that's nice." I'm like, "Yeah, but that's him. That's what he is, what he does." And one day we will hunt him down. And did you see Babylon 5 is having a remake? I heard. I heard. Is it a remake though, or is it a continuation? Because I remember they tried that Rangers series thing and it really didn't work very well. They don't get the geek and Aussie humor. No, no, and that is the thing too. He's in Australia, so some of his humor is bold
I don't know. The
for
humor
most.
from Australia isn't that different. Oh, like maybe that's because I'm German. I think our humor is different as well.
Nice.
I mean, it is sad that we don't have humor, so
Oh, come on. German humor is unique.
well, my favorite comedian actually has he recently decided that he's doing some shows in English as well because he's a German comedian. And he tells the story how he went to New York for the first time and got stopped at the border. And when the border officer asked him what he's doing, he was like, "Well, I'm a comedian." And then he was like, "So why I'm not laughing?" And the comedian was like, "I'm German." And that sums the German humor pretty much up.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, Martin's parents didn't have much of a sense of humor, at least not by the time I met them. JMS is starting from the ground up. Oh, okay. German humor can be awesome. There you go. You have an Aussie supporter now. One of my favorite Canadians is German. Oh, comedians is German. He's in the UK.
Never heard
Henning
of that.
Quen,
Which is funny, considering that I
Wehn.
studied in the UK. Maybe I missed out. I have to look into that.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, and this is
Think
it
that
too.
considered
Like, I
that I
mean, you
lived
can tell
there.
who. Well, Grand Admiral, how recent is this comedian?
That's true.
How yeah. Like, when did they come into popularity or public audience?
Actually, I have to Google that comedian now. Now I'm curious.
There you go. You got her going. He's recent. He's been around for a while on
okay.
shows
I
like
know 8 out of 10 cats.
10.
I know that one. Okay, I actually didn't know that he's German, interestingly. I've seen him
Oh, cool.
in a few of the 8 out of 10 cats gig. Interesting. I never
Now,
knew
for
that he was
those of us who
German.
don't,
Fascinating.
8 out of 10 cats is what? Is it like a
That is a
variety
comedy
comedian
show.
show type thing? Okay.
Yeah. It is actually quite funny. I used to watch it a lot when I was in the UK because it would run right when I would come back home from
Oh,
university. So when I would switch on to relax a bit, that would be up.
right. Nice.
Well, I guess detecting the German accent is not my strong suit in that case.
There we go. That looks better. Ha! Oh yeah.
Now I just need some blood.
It look. Oh yeah. Dripping down the blade, right?
Mhm.
Just trickling down. It's actually a pretty good weight. This is not, unfortunately, this is just standard aluminum, not aircraft aluminum. On sets, we mostly use aircraft aluminum because it's lighter and more durable. But for this, we used regular aluminum because the price was better.
Hmm.
But it is heavier. I'm going to laugh at Martin when I say, here you go, figure out the shipping costs.
Yeah. Also, like, it really depends where one ships from and which career one chooses. Like, I recently switched all my shipping away from Canada Post because they're charging an arm and a leg. And now I
Did you have the
actually send
business?
parcels. Yeah, I did have a business account, but even with that, it's still really expensive. So I'm now shipping with Chit Chats, and it's way cheaper for me to ship parcels to the States than within Canada now.
Oh, wow.
Like, I shipped out like a parcel with like 4 kgs full of silicon molds to the States for 16 bucks, I think, with tracking and 3 days guaranteed. Like,
Nice.
was pretty good.
Yeah, that
Because
is pretty
Canada
good.
Post wanted like 50 or something like that. And I just loved them and took my parcel and left.
Oh, yeah, there's sort of like an associated thing between Canada Post and Square. So it goes through the Square account, which makes it simpler on us. We haven't really stopped to compare, what our pricing is to other stuff, but I really haven't stopped to think about it because Square already has this thing set up where you just put the info in and it does all the work for you.
Actually, I
So
think, let me double check. I think you can set the same up with ChitChat as well. Like, I just import all my orders and then it fills everything automatically, and I only put the size and the weight of the parcel I sent in. Everything else is filled in already,
right.
which I enjoy because that makes the whole custom process, if it crosses the States, a lot easier because I don't need to worry about it.
Customs is a pain in the butt. Customs
Yeah.
is always a pain in the butt.
Especially if FedEx is your broker. It's crazy.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm just having issues with FedEx, and I've been fighting with them for 4 months now, 5 months.
Oh my God, over what?
They charged me duty on a warranty replacement part that I got sent, which is not supposed to be charged duty on because it's free. And so I called them several times and I resent the invoice, and they were just like, no, we still want the duty. And I called up the seller who sent the part to me. They then called up FedEx. They resent the invoice to FedEx, and they wouldn't budge. So the seller actually told them to charge the fee on their account, and they did that. And then 2 weeks later, they sent me another letter. They still wanted me to pay. So I called them again.
You want to borrow this for a bit?
I wish I could. This last time when I was talking to the manager there, I was shouting at him in German, uncontrolled, until he hung the phone up. And now I'm considering if I can build letter
Yeah, I guess
bomb.
they do get to a point where it's just like, yeah. Oh, sadly, USA has stopped shipping to many countries. I did not know that. You must have great boxing gloves.
Shipping. I think a lot of countries stopped shipping to Australia for whatever reason recently.
Really?
Yeah, like I had an order to Australia, and it was really hard to find a company that I could ship it with. And I said that there's some current restrictions on it for now.
Okay, that's
But,
weird.
but I mean, Corona has kind of screwed up the whole shipping industry anyway.
That's true. That's very true. It screwed up a lot of things. It really is now a matter of who's going to survive. Yeah.
Yeah. So
Because
many
there's a number of
businesses folded.
businesses and people. Well, yeah, like the prop shop Martin I moved back to work for, it's just gone.
Oh,
So reformatting one's life is definitely interesting. Yeah. Survival of the vaccinated. Yes. Sydney and Melbourne. Wow. But how about the rest of Australia? Like the rest of Australia does exist. Is it just the big cities that are being affected, or is it everywhere?
maybe the rest of
'Cause,
Australia has different problems, like all the spiders and snakes.
yeah. Checking in on Martin, and he's definitely at his destination. So good man. He's gone off to Brantford to spend some time,
Hmm.
just kind of in quiet with his parents, resting place, and having some personal time, to kind of reflect on things. And he really needed it. He really just, and I didn't need the car tonight because I have what I needed for this. And so, yeah, he took we kind of miss having two cars. I know it's expensive to have two cars. Like, it's more money because you got double the insurance. But it really made life a lot easier. We didn't have to plan things around each other. We could
Yeah,
just do
like
our own thing. And yeah.
we have the same issue. I miss having two cars as well, but it's just the amount the insurance charges here is more than what I paid in Germany for 4 years per month here.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, and BC's 2 times to 3 times as much, depending on the vehicle and everything and the age. And
it's crazy. We came here from New Zealand. In New Zealand, car insurance is optional. And we decided to opt in for car insurance, and I paid under $100 for the whole year for my car.
wow.
So yeah.
Yeah, we feel very
Then I moved
blessed
here,
that
and
we
they
have a
told me, yeah,
hybrid. Yeah. Crazy. Yeah, we're very blessed to have a hybrid because we're saving about $1,000 in gas every year.
yeah, we are thinking about buying a hybrid as well, but then until a couple of months ago, we didn't even know if we would still be in the country because we nearly had to leave the country in March. So that was a very close
That's
call. We
right.
only had 6 days left on our visa.
Yeah, you were saying. Where is she from? Jazzy, originally Germany, but came through New Zealand before winding up in Canada. That's why she's got that awesome accent.
I just have a really weird accent, I think. I was asked
He's
yesterday
not
by an
Canadian.
Irish guy if I'm English, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure you should know that I'm not English. Like,
He thought you were Brit?
yeah,
Oh my. But the rest
I
is optional.
definitely do not sound like one.
So much cheaper on petrol. It is. We actually wound up buying a new to us hybrid. It's a 2016. And it's not as efficient as the new hybrids, but it was half the cost. So getting a 2016 hybrid was the same price as getting a brand new not hybrid. So it was it's helped, and I'm sure a new hybrid would cost us even less on gas. But we could afford this one, so we made the decision. It's only got about 3 years left on its battery, but still, that's better than nothing, And for the price tag, it just worked just fine. And it's a Toyota, so that helps as well because Toyotas, I don't know about the rest of the countries, but In Canada, Toyota stands by their product. Like they're dedicated to their product. Yeah, they're really just they're really good. So it was a lucky find. But it was sitting on their second-hand floor when we were going in there to try to get rid of our jinxed Kia. Our Kia Sorento was a huge mistake. We lost a lot of money on that one, a lot of money on that one, and Kia would not be responsible for it. They kept saying the dealership had to be responsible for
Yeah,
everything, but
good.
the dealership went under 3 weeks after we bought it.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
yeah,
that's what you want.
so Toyota bought our Kia Sorento and resold it back to Kia. And so basically, the money that they bought it off of us went towards the new car, leaving us with a lot less to pay after all. So we didn't gain any money back. We did lose money, but we got a much better vehicle out of it. So I'm very happy with Toyota, and I would recommend them to anyone. Because it just like they were
Yeah,
so going for a RAV4. Actually, that's the hybrid I have. Is a hybrid is a RAV4 hybrid. Yes, we have a hybrid. Get a Tesla. And Tesla is way no. If I can afford a Tesla, I can afford two houses. I really don't have $60,000 to $80,000 for a car just to kick around, and actually they're more than that. What is a Tesla going for now? Oh, nice.
it's
A good
definitely
car.
too
It
much.
is an excellent car. Yeah, capped price servicing here for RAV4. Well, and it's like this neighborhood has got like 6 Teslas, and I keep looking and going, you people have too much money. I mean, we're renting half a house. They own the whole
Same
house
here in my
type thing.
condo.
Yeah. So let's
Like
see, Tesla,
the
and
funny thing is, in my
they
condo
go
they can't even charge it.
really?
Yeah, we don't have a charging station for e-cars at all here. So it's like
Oh wow.
meaningless. Because like the building we're in is a bit older. I think this one was built 15 years ago, maybe 20 years. I'm not entirely sure. Equipped for these kind of cars.
That's a secondhand Tesla. There's a lot of used Teslas right now. Apparently, they're right now online, but it's
People
also too
realize
small
they
a
can't
vehicle
afford
for
it.
what. Yeah, exactly. Let's see. Model S. Okay. Yeah, I need larger vehicle too because Teslas are not big. Let's see if I was going to order a Model S. Oh, crap. No way. Okay. Dual motor all-wheel drive. $114,990 plus taxes, plus the insurance, plus a tri-motor all-wheel drive is $169,990. No. Again, plus taxes, plus. Then that's like a base
Not
model.
even if I had that money.
See, yeah, no. No. I don't know if Model S is the cheapest or the. See, Model Y. Model Y is the cheapest apparently. At 83,990
No, never.
for a car that's too small for me to do anything with. Yeah,
Yeah,
no.
like
No.
for me, it's I really need a car with a big trunk because I always keep driving around shelves and whatever. But otherwise, if it wouldn't be about that, then my dream car would be a Volkswagen Beetle built in 1946, when they still had a
Nice.
split windscreen and the signal unit on the side of the cars. They are so cute.
Yes.
Like
Yes,
that,
we had.
or Volkswagen T1 van.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would give you enough room. expensive, I
Yeah,
know, yeah.
but I would build it into a camper van again.
RAV4 has a huge arse boot. Yes, the RAV4 does have a lot of room inside it. The unfortunate thing with this being an older hybrid is the battery is part way down the middle, like behind the back seat. So when we fold our seats down, there's unfortunately that hump there. But again, for the price tag, we're making it work. We've got a roof carrier and everything, so it makes it okay. Um, that's crap, I know. And you gotta ask why. Yes. Ah, cute. Yeah. We had two Volkswagens, Beetles when we were kids, and I remember the floor of my father's rotting through, and literally
Yeah,
it was like it was like a Flintstones episode. We put a board in the back so our feet wouldn't go through. Just a wooden
yeah.
board. But yeah, that those they were hard workers. And, the engine that's literally a lawnmower engine. It
But
was
it's
I'm just
indestructible.
yes, exactly. Exactly. Um who travels on the roof, you or Martin? It depends on who's behaving or not behaving, as the case may be.
Like,
It's kind of
when I was
illegal.
18, so true. But when I was 18 and I did my driver's license, because in Germany we can only do the license with 18, we had
Okay.
an old Volkswagen T2 bus, and I kind of drove that one a lot, and it was hilarious because I was 18, but the car was 34, so people kept staring at me.
Nice.
So that was quite interesting, and I used to use that car to go to school all the time because the issue was that at that point, my father, who's actually an engineer for the automobile industry, was having a business car from the company he was working for. And the problem was I was allowed to drive it, but he was working for Porsche. I was like, I'd rather
Ah,
take the Volkswagen to school than drive in a Porsche.
yeah.
And therefore,
Although, you know,
kept going.
Porsches are pretty
Nah, that
incredible.
Porsche was they, I don't know, like my father had two and they were both cursed. Like I would get into that car and I would move the side brake, I would push it down, and I had the whole side brake in my hand. It just ripped off and like no idea how that even happens. Like the second time I sat in
Seriously.
and the whole back of the seat broke off. I was like, oh, well, broke it again. And that's when I decided that that's not a car for me.
Oh no.
Thank
Yeah.
God he stopped working for them.
You're just too strong for your own good.
I highly doubt that. Like, I still think that car was just crap.
See, Grand Admiral agrees with me. You were too strong for your own good.
I mean, I do
So,
lift 200-pound tables every day, so
well, there you go. We're all good on this. Don't pick a fight with this woman. Not only does she have German blood running through her veins, but she can lift a 200-pound table.
but I can't throw it, so
Why would you want to throw it? That's just
someone
scary.
annoys me.
That's true. That's true. Watch out for this woman, folks. Careful of her, or you're gonna not survive. Those might be interesting to do that way. I has ideas. All right, folks, we are going to wrap this up because I am looking at the time and I have
Oh
to check
yeah,
in on Martin. And yeah, look at that. But yes, thank you. Welcome to HAPS.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, you're welcome. We gotta do more stuff together. We gotta just do it, right? Just do
We just need to
it.
find the time.
Oh, we will. We will. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna uninvite you, and that's how I'm gonna let you go down, and we'll talk to you again later. And yeah, everyone go. Her profile isn't really like she doesn't have her picture up yet, but she's obviously a real person, as you can see. So go on and subscribe to her, and who knows what we can talk her into doing. I mean,
We will see.
okay.
Numbers.
Later,
Nice.
darling. All right, there she goes. Bye, guest. I missed half of it. Well, you can always watch the replay. It's a really quiet night anyway. So thank you all for joining me. I Martin isn't here to say bye, Martin. So, any of you who want to say bye and use your profile name, I'm all say bye, Jazzy, or bye, Thrawn, or whatever you want. And we'll try not to miss Martin too much. And remember, respect yourself more than anyone else can, and everything will be fine. Respect yourself more than anyone else can. You, self-respect, self-love. Everyone should have self-respect and self-love. Really, seriously, dudes. All right. So I'm gonna head out. I have a few errands to run before midnight because the Shoppers Drug Mart closes at midnight, and I don't want to miss out on that opportunity. So I will see you all later. Bye, Martin. I'll say it. Yay! Thank you. Talk to you all later. Thanks, guys. Gotta find a better way as to where I'm gonna put this computer next time. Oops, wrong one.
Keep it time.
We had a great time in Montreal. Montreal was all hardwood floors, right? Go on, camera. I'd like to. That's my favorite thing. That's my favorite. No. Well, look hot there.
How much styrofoam?
Way too much styrofoam. The birds are confused. It's like, what's this city doing here?
Remember me, though I have to say goodbye. Remember me, don't let it make you cry. For even if I'm far away, I hold you in my heart. I sing a secret song to you each night we are apart. Remember me, though I have to travel far. Remember me, each time you hear a sad